Hey guys, and welcome to Wrestling Days. It was a pretty short show, but it had quite a lot of action. Obviously, started off with a fantastic match between American Alpha and Enzo and Cass. Now, I suppose the problem with this, I was surprised no Carmella. I mean, it's they're back in NXT, so I didn't really understand why she couldn't have accompanied them, but she didn't. And I suppose really the problem with it is that obviously Enzo and Big Cass have now gone up to the main roster, and so that kind of means they were always going to take the pin. They were never going to be beating the new tag champions, so kind of knew what the result was going to be. But the match was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that moment where Jordan took his straps off and was beating up on I think it was Enzo, but then he puts his straps back up and everyone's like, what's he doing? And then he pulls them back down again and then carries on, and it was like it kind of fired him back up again. It was absolutely brilliant. It was great moment. That's a perfect way to start the show. And then straight after that we go into Alexander Wolf against No Way Jose. Really good debut I thought this was. I thought he looked really good. Is he anything amazing? No, he didn't do anything that special in the ring, but very charismatic. Was constantly talking to the crowd, riling the crowd up, did the basics right, but just had a really strong connection. On Twitter I referred to him as Funk Dango, because he was doing a few little moves in the ring and whatnot, but he's got a bit more of a funk kind of disco vibe to him. It was fine. It was a good debut. It's as good as what you would hope for. I can see this being a gimmick that works. It was also announced that we'll get Samson versus Nakamura next week. Really looking forward to that. I love how Regal said that this was going to be best for NXT. Best for NXT, that he puts him up against the most dangerous man on the NXT roster. The crowd haven't taken to Samson, so watching him getting beaten up for about 5 minutes will do nicely. I'm quite looking forward to that. Next we had Nia Jax going up against Deanna Purrazzo, and this was a squash match. I didn't get a chance to really watch, to tell the truth. I think I sent a couple of tweets out, and then when I looked up it was over. It's good to see Nia Jax back. I'm a Nia Jax fan. I think she's got a great look, and I think that she can do a few things as well in the ring, but they've got to change that music, and they've got to change her ring attire. It's awful. She's meant to be like this big monster Brock Lesnar type kind of woman, and she comes out to that horrible song. So yeah, not a fan of how they booked her so far, but it was a squash, and hopefully she can get her teeth into some kind of a feud soon. It was announced that we'll get Asuka next week going up against Eva Marie. I don't recall them saying it'll be for the title, so there could be some funny business that goes down. I'm alright with this. I don't think Eva Marie's going to get destroyed. I'd love it if she did, but I don't think that she will. Something's going to happen, so we'll have to see next week. And then that brought us to the main event. It really was that kind of a show. It was very quick, but it was pretty solid. And this was a fantastic main event. Really enjoyed it. I thought Joe just looked immense, an absolute monster, devastating. He was doing enziguris, and he was doing like power slams, and he was striking, and I suppose really all the typical Joe stuff. But he just looked vicious. He just looked really vicious doing it. Apollo Crews had his moments. He does his backwards flip, but didn't get the 3. And again, same problem as earlier. Crews is up on the main roster now. Joe isn't. Who do you think's going to pick up the win here? And so, Samoa Joe picks up the win, and the show finishes. I thought this was a decent show, as I said, and I thought the crowd were much better as well, and that makes a big difference. I'd like to see a few feuds developing. It was a bit weird seeing Aries call out Corbin. Would have thought Corbin would have been, definitely moved on by now. But don't don't know. We'll have to kind of see what comes out of all of that. I'm a little worried about the women's division. I think that they've got some stars, but they're a little thin on the ground. They really need the likes of Billie Kay, Deonna Purrazzo. I was going to say Eva Marie, but they really need these girls that aren't impressing in the ring to really start impressing in the ring, and start pulling their weight a little bit more than maybe what they have, because it feels a little thin. I think tag division's fine. I think the men's division is fine, but it just needs some good feuds. I mean, Balor was kind of talking about Nakamura last week. Yeah, it feels a bit soon. I mean, where's Joe going? Joe, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. In fact, really, there's not much, is there? There's not much. If you think the fact that Sami Zayn's moved on, Cruz has moved on, Corbin's potentially moved on. I'm a bit worried about the men's division. So yeah, no answers, but just a good show. And I suppose, what else do you want from NXT? Just if they can keep putting out good shows each week, be pretty happy with that. But we need some feuds, and they'll come. They'll come. So yeah, pretty good. Cool. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be brilliant if you did, because I've got loads more videos on the way. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.